Hi, welcome back. This is the third recording in a series. The first two helped you with navigation and gestures in Microknowledge Learning Emporium, and then we talked about the equipment that you could use in Microknowledge Learning Emporium. This one is all about you feeling comfortable with your avatar. When you first created a Kitely account, you were asked to create an avatar. And then when you went to the Kitely Welcome Center, you were asked to choose some clothing. So chances are you created an avatar very similar to myself. As a matter of fact, some of you may have an avatar that looks just like me. So you do have the opportunity to modify both the clothing and the appearance of the avatar, and if you wanted to make the avatar either look very much like yourself or not like yourself at all. We're going to start by talking about modifying your appearance, meaning clothing. I'm wearing a purple jumpsuit, a purple linen suit. And what I want to do is I want to be able to change my clothing. When you get into the Microknowledge Learning Emporium, you will see a series of avatar posters to your left once you enter the world, like the ones behind me. It's actually pretty easy to gather information from these avatars. You can select their clothing, their skin tone, their hair. All you have to do is click on one of those options. At the bottom of each of the avatar posters, there is an option that says, click here to receive. And when you do, you are being told that you have been given this folder and we're going to accept it. Now, in this particular instance, this folder appears in your inventory. So I'm going to click on inventory. And remember, we just selected Australia. And I'm going to scroll down. Inventory is the suitcase. And here is Australia. So this is the one I just picked up. Now I've already picked up all of the other, in this case, women in this line. So I've picked up South America, Africa, Europe, and so forth. So what if I wanted to wear, Africa is the one behind me in the red camisole, what if I wanted to wear the jeans that she's wearing? So I'm going to right click on Africa and you will see all of the clothing, including her skin tone and her hair and things of that nature. You're going to see those items available. So rather than the pants that I'm wearing here, I'm actually going to wear the jeans. So I'm going to right click on the jeans and I'm going to choose wear. Now it's going to take a moment for that to render. Now these linen pants are a little bit different in that there are pieces at the bottom of the pants. And it looks like I took one off. I may not have taken the second one off. We'll see once the jeans render. But if I didn't take them off, I'm going to collapse the folder for Africa. I'm going to go to clothing, and this was the linen suit. And I'm going to say, oh, I'm wearing the right one, I'm not wearing the left one. So I'm going to right click, see how I'm wearing the right one, and the jeans are rendering now. I'm going to right click on the piece that I don't want. And normally it either says detach or take off. I'm going to click on detach. So in a moment, you can see I'm just wearing jeans with the jacket, with the camisole. So just like that, I was able to change my clothing appearance a little bit. Now, in addition to being able to change your clothing, whether you're grabbing information from other avatars or you're simply swapping off things that you'd like to wear instead, what if I wanted to maybe, let's see if I can change the color of the jeans. If I right click on the jeans, I also could have done it from inventory, and go to appearance and go to edit outfit. I could actually change the color of a variety of things. Here are the jeans, and if I click on that object, you'll see a wrench over in the corner. As long as this is editable, or I can change color, tone, things of that nature, then I can click on that wrench. And in this case, here's the fabric, and it's a darker blue, so I can actually make the jeans shorter, longer. I could make the waist high, I can make the waist low, I can make the tight pants fit tight, or I could do flared cuffs. So I have lots of options even when it comes to these jeans. But if I change the color, if I click on color, now keep in mind they're a dark blue. So whenever I pick something, I'm going to be picking it over the dark blue. So you can see it's just slightly changing the tone because it's all over blue. So even this color over blue is making it more like a grayish color. I'm just picking a few random options. So blue on blue is a really dark blue. Red on blue is more of a purple. There's gray on blue, which kind of brought it back to the blue that it was, but you can see that I have options that could be pretty helpful. Let's see what black looks like. Well, black doesn't give me any options, so maybe if I go back to a different color. There we go. We'll go to like this type of blue. So certainly that's the color blue that I can, and it may be very close to what I had. But you can see that you can kind of play around with different colorings of some of these features, and when I click save, now the pants are that color. It really wasn't that far from what I had selected. If I wanted to change something else out, I certainly could. I could change the suit jacket if I wanted to and things of that nature. I'm going to close that. So know that you can continue on editing your clothing in a variety of manners, whether it's changing the color of things or simply changing clothing in general. Now, what if my appearance, I wanted my appearance to look a little bit different. If I right click on the avatar, choose appearance, and choose edit shape, I can actually change things like my eyes, my ears, my nose, and I might want to zoom in for that, just get a little bit closer. So for example, if I wanted to change my mouth, and it'll take a moment for this to render, but you can see that I could use more narrow lips or more wide lips. Now, even though it's still rendering, if I go to wider lips, you can actually see that changing on my avatar. If I go to lip fullness, that might be a little bit harder for you to see, but the fullness of the lips are changing as well. I'll do less. If I go to my eyes, so I can actually give myself more anime eyes, and as soon as that loads, you'll be able to see that. So that just means making my eyes a little bit wider if I wanted to. I'll do about halfway. And I can change the opening, the spacing, things of that nature. I'll show you what that looks like. So the anime eyes. Oh, they didn't render yet. But the eye opening I could change. Maybe I can make them a little less open as well. And the nose. I have a small nose. I can make it a little bit bigger. I can change the width, make it more narrow. You can actually see that happening. So you can see that I can change all types of things. You know, I can even go into things like my chin and create more of a square face as opposed to a chin angle. It looks like I'm more square. I can make my face more pointy. So I do have lots of options to modify my avatar. Anything that you can do to make the avatar your own. So keep in mind, when you go to edit your outfit, you can typically do that either under clothing, or perhaps you've, like if you're in Microknowledge Learning Emporium, you've received clothes from one of the avatar posters. And when you go to edit your shape, like your eyes and ears and things like that, you certainly have the opportunity to do that based on the appearance option. So thanks for coming out. Thanks for taking the time. You'll notice that there's a document that talks about changing your appearance, changing your outfit, changing your shape. So I hope you find that as a handy resource along with this video. Thank you, and I look forward to seeing you in the Microknowledge Learning Emporium.